Hi children, a warm welcome to all of you to our class. Last two classes we have seen that physical state, nature of matter and what are the characteristics of matter particles. Now when we started that chapter we have seen that matter can be classified based on two, the physical properties and based on the chemical properties. So today's our topic is the classification of matter based on the physical properties. So let's move to our topic. Based on the physical properties, matter is classified into three, that is solids, liquids and gases. Solids, liquids and then gases. So one by one we can see all the three different states of matter. Before moving into the three different characteristics of all the three different states of matter, first of all we have to see some important terms we are using them. Okay, first one is volume. What do you mean by volume? Volume is the space needed for occupying an object. An object requires some space for its occupying. For occupying, some space is called is needed for an object, that is known as volume. Okay, so these few terms we have to see about that. Volume. Volume is the space required. Volume is the space required to occupy. And what is the SI unit of this volume? The common SI unit of volume is meter cube. For a material to occupy length, breadth and height should be it will be the, and as per that SI unit of volume will be meter cube. Meter cube is the SI unit of volume. Just understand all these fundamental things. Okay. Then commonly used unit of volume is liter. Common. The second one is density. What do you mean by density of a material? Density is mass per volume. Density is mass per volume. How much mass is that for that material and how much volume is required. By dividing that mass and volume, you will get the density of a material. And normally, what is the SI unit of that density? Mass is in kilogram. We know that mass is in kilogram and volume is in meter. So we can say that kilogram per meter cube will be the SI unit of density. Okay. Then the third term we can see is kinetic energy. What do you mean by kinetic energy? Yes. Kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a moving object. Energy of a moving object. Any material, if it is in motion, then that energy possessed by that object is known as kinetic energy. Okay, if it is moving fastly, kinetic energy will be more there. If it is moving with less speed, then kinetic energy will be less. The SI unit of kinetic energy is joule. SI unit is joule. Okay. Now we can see the next term, that is rigidity. What do you mean by rigidity? Rigidity is the term used for solids. Okay. Rigidity means as the capacity of a material to maintain its shape even after the application of a force. Any external force if you are applying, and after the removal of that force, if they can regain its original shape back, then we can say that those materials are very rigid. For example, this table, if I am giving some pressure force on this table, will it change its shape? No, it can remain in its original shape. So this is a solid material, and I can say that this is a rigid material. Okay, imagine a ball of duff with which you are making the roti. Okay, chapati, if you are making that ball of duff and you apply some force on that duff, can you bring it back? It will leave some impressions on that duff, right? So that is not rigid. So we can say that rigidity is the capacity of a material to maintain its original shape after the application of force. Okay, and we can say that certain substances possess this rigidity, some other materials do not have that rigidity. Okay, after the application of a force, if they can maintain their shape, that is known as rigidity. Then the next term for us is fluidity. Fluidity means if any material can flow from one place to another. For example, liquids can flow from one place to another. Gases also can flow from one place to another. So we can say that gases and liquids, they are fluids, whereas solids cannot flow from one place to another. So fluidity is meant for certain forms of matter, and rigidity is meant for certain other forms of matter. So all these are the different terms which we will discuss there in the characteristics of all the different states of. So we have seen matter is classified based on the physical properties as solids, liquids and gas. First of all, we can see the properties of solid state. When we discuss the solids characteristic, first of all we can see the shape of the solid materials. All these solid material possess a particular shape. Okay, so we can say that solids have a definite shape. Definite shape. And what about the boundaries? They will have a definite boundaries. They have a definite boundaries also. Their boundaries are fixed. Okay, boundaries are also there for this solids. So we have seen solids have definite shape, definite boundaries, and the solids also possess definite volume. Solids possess definite volume there. And then if we are talking about the arrangement of particles in solids, we can see that how these particles or solids are arranged there. In a vessel, suppose we have taken any solid material, the arrangement of particles in a vessel of solid materials will be like this. So that means what about the arrangement of particles? Particles are tightly arranged. Particles are tightly arranged. Okay, and what about the intermolecular spaces? Is there any space between? There is space, but the space is very less. So interparticle or intermolecular distance is very less. Intermolecular space is less. Okay, then if the intermolecular space is less, then what about the attractive force of particles? More force of attraction will be there. If the particles are very close to each other, then there will be have a more force of attraction. Force of attraction between the particles are very high. More forces of attraction between the particles are very, very strong, or we can say very high. Strong forces of attraction will be there between the particles of solids there. And if the particles are very close to each other, then what will be their kinetic energy? Here we have to use the term kinetic energy. So what about the kinetic energy of particles in solid state? There are less space of less intermolecular spaces between the particles, so movement is also restricted, they cannot move much more, so kinetic energy is very low, very less kinetic energy as the space is less. Then what about the diffusion? In the case of solids, if you are trying to diffuse, diffusion is negligible. Negligible diffusion. Though particles can diffuse as space is there, but the space is very less. So, in between that maximum diffusion is possible there, but compared to the different states we can say diffusion is negligible there in the case of this solid state. And then if we are talking about the compressibility of the solids, say as the interparticular space, intermolecular distance is very less, we cannot compress it much more. So, compressibility also negligible there. If we are talking about the compressibility, that is also negligible. Compressibility is also negligible. So, these are the characteristics of solid state. And for if we want to know about the characteristic that physical classification of matter particles, we have seen that matter particles are based on the physical property, they are classified as solids, liquids and gases, and that classification is mainly based on this intermolecular space and this force of attraction. These two things are very important for classifying that physical classification of matter particle, because main things are based on this intermolecular space and that forces of attraction between the particles. Okay, once again we can see that on concluding that points we can see characteristic solids are definite shape, definite boundaries and volume there, and they are tightly packed. The arrangement of particles are very tight there. So, intermolecular space is less, and as the space is less, the force of attraction is very strong, and kinetic energy, movement is restricted, the kinetic energy is also very less there, and diffusion rate is very low, negligible, and compressibility also very low. So, I think this much is clear to you, and in next classes we will see the characteristics of liquids and gases, and after that we can compare all the three states and characteristics. Thank you.